I trade only 90 minutes per day and I'm able to make anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 per day. But of course it wasn't always like that. First I was losing for years before I became profitable and developed a system where I can risk less than $100 and follow simple strategy with 3 simple rules. So if you have the right skill, you don't need huge capital, you can start very small and grow your account. So in this video I'm gonna show you the full strategy and system on how to start trading with as low as $30 and be able to make money in the first 90 minutes after the market opens. So in this video I'm gonna show you the easiest system and strategy that you need to follow that has 3 simple steps and you can start trading with less than $100. So by the end of this video you're gonna know exactly what and when to trade. You're gonna have my exact profitable strategy that I use every single day after the first 90 minutes of the market open, and the last one you're gonna know how to grow this small account using this profitable system. So you see my results now where I make anywhere from $5,000 to even more than $10,000 a week, where most of my days are actually green because I follow the plan and my exact strategy. As you can see, I don't take a trade every single day because there is no A+ setup every single day, but when it appears in the market I always take it, and as you can see it always ends up like a winner. But to be honest, it wasn't always easy like that, because before I became profitable I was losing thousands of dollars. So you can see I lost more than $10,000 trying to figure out how to day trade. But this doesn't need to be you, because it doesn't take years if you have the right system and profitable strategy that you use every single day. And that is the exact goal of this video, because if I went back to zero, if I lost everything and needed to start from scratch, what would I do to start day trading all over again and to make all these profits again? So I'm gonna show the exact profitable strategy that actually works in the market, that is not random whatsoever. After you learn the strategy, I'm gonna show the growth system on how to grow your capital, and the last thing I'm gonna show the rules-based system that completely removes any emotions, because we as traders, if we can only follow simple rules, that means that we can actually be profitable in the market. So first I'm gonna show you what are we actually gonna trade. So you have forex market, you have futures market, options and crypto market. These are the main ones. So first, when it comes to forex market, it is the most liquid market in the world, but the problem is it is unregulated. Then we have futures. It is open 24/5, it just closed on the weekends, it's completely safe and it's easy for beginners, but the problem is you can hold position for a few days, which is actually not a problem, because I'm gonna show the system on how to be done in just 90 minutes per day. Then we have options. It's pretty much the same as futures, it's completely safe and you really don't need big capital to start. And the last one, it's gonna be crypto, which is open 24/7. It's extremely volatile, but the problem is it's driven by news and it's very manipulated, so we're gonna avoid crypto. So what are we actually gonna trade? We're gonna trade the futures market because it is the easiest one. And also you can grow your capital insanely if you use the propfirms, which I'm gonna explain later in the video. So in order to understand how much money we can make, I'm gonna first show the perfect trade example that I took on Nasdaq. So you can see this trade over here lasted for about 30-ish minutes and I was done even before the 90 minutes of the market open. So essentially what I did here, I spotted these highs over here and all these highs are just liquidity resting in the market, which means many stop orders. So you can see this line, it's gonna be stop order, this line is gonna be stop order, and this line is gonna be stop order. So many stop losses, which is money in the market, are resting here. So I saw that opportunity and I know that many traders are placing their stop losses here, but the thing is, after we came into the key area, into the key zone of the market, which was this bullish PDRA, and once we inversed this bearish fair value gap, which was the first sign that market is reversing, and we actually respected the bullish gap, we instantly skyrocketed towards the take profit. And this is my bread and butter setup on Nasdaq that I use every single day, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can catch the same trades. So right now let's see how much profit can we actually make if we take this trade in the live market and how much we need to risk. So like I said, my main focus is gonna be futures market, which means we are gonna buy the Nasdaq contract on futures. So when it comes to futures market and the Nasdaq chart, you can see 1 point equals to $20 in profit, and that is only when you are risking one contract. So one contract, 1 point equals to $20. So entry price of this trade was at 25.17. Then we have exit price, which was 2511. As you can see, that was take profit, and the whole move from entry towards the take profit was 94 point move, which means this trade was in profit for 94 points. And if we do the math, $20 per 1 point times 94 equals to almost $2,000 profit with using only one contract. And this is if you are only risking one contract. So when I started this video, I said that you can start with only $30 because you can buy a funded account that costs as low as $30. So I'm gonna show you how you can do the same thing but on a complete different level. So let's say if you buy one funded account and you pass that account and you reach the payout. So let's say 3 wins equals to $1,500. And this is only one propfirm account. First trade is $500, second trade is $500, and the third winning trade is $500. And you are probably risking just one contract. So now look at the difference. How we can keep the same win rate and take the exact 3 wins, but right now we are not making this amount of money. We are making $30,000 with the same trade. So the difference is that we are not using only one propfirm account, we are using 20 propfirm accounts. So on the first trade we didn't make $500, we actually made 500 times 20, which was $10,000, and this is where big money starts. Then second trade, we repeated the whole process, we didn't make $500, we took the complete same trade, but the only difference is that we have now 20 accounts and you can see $10,000. And then the last trade, again the same process, we made again $10,000, and that's how you can do the same thing but make shit ton of money. So maybe you're asking yourself right now, how can you do the same execution, the same trade, but make more money? So the only difference is gonna be in trade copier. Because with one account, if you are only trading with one account and let's say your winning position is $600, that's gonna be it. You can't make more than $600. But then if you use that one account and you make $600, but you use trade copier, which is allowing you to copy trades on multiple funded accounts, so you can see the difference and what's gonna happen. You're gonna catch the same trade, but you're gonna copy that trade with 20 accounts, and right now you are not making only $6,000 per trade because you understand the leverage and how to use trade copier. So let's do the math one more time. With one account, one winning trade, it's gonna be $600 and you really can't make more than this. But with 20 funded accounts, one winning trade, and I'm repeating the exact same position, the exact same trade and same strategy, you're gonna make $12,000. And this is literally insane because one funded account you can start with as low as $30. So right now, once you know what to trade, I'm gonna show my exact profitable strategy that I use every single day. So the first thing that you're gonna do after you come to the charts, you're gonna mark out the first 5 or 15 minutes candle after the 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, because that is when the market opens, most volume kicks in, and that is the only time that we are gonna trade. So let's take for example this high of the 5 minute and this low of the 5 minute candle. As you can see, there is nothing on the left. We took out this high and we took out this low. So the main low now becomes the low of the 5 minute 9:30 a.m. candle, and the high becomes this. And this over here is the exact reason why I told you that we are gonna trade only after 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, because you can see the volume indicator over here, and you can also see that on the chart. Before 9:30, market was just chopping around. It didn't make any hard highs, hard lows whatsoever. It didn't sweep any liquidity. We were just ranging, and if you trade in this price action, most likely you're gonna lose or you're gonna get stuck in the chop. So you can see before the 9:30 market was literally dead, and then at 9:30 you have huge spike, huge manipulation sweep of liquidity, and then we're gonna continue to one direction. And it is way easier to read the market after the 9:30 because you know where it's gonna go to. Then step number 2, it's gonna be scale to lower time frame, let's say 1 or 3 minutes on the chart, and look for entry. So we're gonna have two scenarios. First scenario, it's gonna be this one that I'm gonna explain right now. So you have the 5-minute high and you have the 5-minute low, and this is on the 1-minute chart. And as you can see, what market did over here, we have huge displacement and crazy good momentum to the upside, breaking the structure above this high. So market is doing what? Market is telling us that most likely we are gonna continue with the bullish trend. So what we are gonna do, we are not gonna blindly enter the trade here because we know that market is bullish. We are gonna wait for retracement to, let's say, this range over here, and then we're gonna look for confirmation of the entry, and then we're gonna take a trade here and take profit. It's gonna be up here. So this is how it's gonna look like, and that's gonna be the first scenario. So first scenario, you mark out the highs, you mark out the lows of the 9:30 am candle, and then if you see displacement to the upside or maybe even downside, you are waiting for retracement and then confirmation to take a trade. This one is very simple and easy to understand. Then we are gonna have the second scenario, which is pretty much gonna be the same thing on the lower time frame after we mark out the 5-minute or 50-minute high and low in the market. But this time you can see that market first traded to the upside, but we didn't displace to the upside, we didn't break a structure here, we just manipulated the price and collected all this liquidity. So this time market is not confirming to you that we are bullish, market is actually telling you and showing you that we are rejecting this high. So what are we gonna do after we see this rejection? We're gonna wait for entry confirmation, which is gonna be inversion of the fair value gap. I'm gonna show you exactly later how to use that, and we're gonna take advantage of all the traders who don't know that this is not break of structure, that this is just actually sweep of liquidity and manipulation, and we're gonna catch the right move in the market. So you can see one full trade example that I actually took with my funded accounts, and as you can see, this was the 5-minute or 15-minute high, this was the low, and you can see that market didn't sweep the liquidity here. We pushed the price to the downside and then broke the structure, retraced back here, inversed this fair value gap, and if you took a trade here, you can see without any drawdown, it goes straight towards the take profit. Okay, so already you know what to trade, when to trade, you have the exact profitable strategy that you can follow every single day, but right now I'm gonna show you some real examples in the real charts, and I'm gonna show you how to grow your small account. Okay, so first example, we're gonna start from the 15-minute time frame, and as you can see, we are right now extremely bullish on the Nasdaq, and if you pay attention, we have also this bullish fair value gap, which essentially means if we are truly bullish, market should do something like this. So we have our high, then if we retrace here, this should respect the price and bring the price up and make new structure. But if we are not bullish, what market is gonna do? We're gonna just inverse this bullish fair value gap and we're gonna disrespect it. So before the 9:30 open, I'm just gonna mark out this gap and see how the price is reacting. So if we play the price, this was the 9:30 am candle, and you can see how perfectly it respected this bullish gap, and this is the high and this is the low of that 9:30 am candle on 15 minutes. So what can we also do right now? We can mark out this high and we can mark out this low on the 5-minute time frame and scale all the way back to 1 minute and see if we can actually get a trade here. So you can see we are still respecting this bullish fair value gap, and if we go to the lower time frame, what happened with the first bearish fair value gap, you can see that the first bearish fair value gap was disrespected. And I'm gonna repeat one more time. If bullish fair value gaps are respected and the bearish fair value gaps are disrespected, that means only one thing: we are bullish. So with that in mind, you can see this was for about 19 minutes after the market opened, and you can take a trade here after you saw this disrespect of the gap, and you can place your stop loss here or here, it doesn't matter because we are really bullish. And let's say you can target always 1 to 1, 1 to 2, or you can always target meaningful liquidity levels, which is gonna be the new high over here. And then if I play the price here, you can see how perfectly we respected one more time this bullish fair value gap, and also we broke above the 5-minute and 15-minute high. But not only that we broke above these highs, but you can see that we are constantly respecting the bullish gaps and disrespecting the bearish gaps. So you can either take profits on this trade, or you can still hold this position towards the last take profit, which was perfectly hit. So you can see how simple, easy and reliable this strategy actually is. And let's say, for example, if you maybe missed this first move because you are in school, you are working a job, whatsoever, you can still come later to the session, and as you can see, we broke the structure over here above this high on the 15-minute. And what do we have over here? If we scale lower, you can see that liquidity is starting to generate. We are consolidating and waiting for the breakout. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark out the high and I'm gonna mark out the low here, and I'm gonna wait for breakout or sweep of liquidity. And at the same time, this is scenario number 2, guys, because as you can see, we didn't broke the structure here, we just swept this liquidity. Look at this, we manipulated the price, retraced back to this bullish 15-minute fair value gap, and then what are we doing? We are just waiting for the inversion of the gap, and you can see we have 2 gaps combined. Beautiful inversion. You can take a long position here, put your stop loss below the last candle or the last structure, and you can target these highs because we are bullish, and we can play the price, and we can see how efficiently this again played out towards the take profit. So you can pretty much see in the same session we have scenario number 1, which was the breakout, and then we have scenario number 2, which was the breakout on the hard time frame, and then on the lower time frame we saw the consolidation. Liquidity was generating below these lows and above these highs, and then market took these lows, took the liquidity, manipulated the price, and inversed the gap over here. And the reason why this strategy is actually so powerful, because if you are truly bearish after the break of structure or whatsoever, market should respect the bearish gap. But if market disrespects the bearish gaps and respects the bullish gaps, that only means one thing. That means that we are bullish 100%. So you can see also this example over here, market retraced back to this bullish fair value gap, as you can see over here, and what market did with the bearish gap, we inversed this gap. So even if you missed this trade over here, you can take this one again and you can target, let's say, this final high. So you can see how many opportunities you actually have inside of one session if you really know how to read the market. And this is where I want to bring a risk to reward table, because you don't need 100% win rate whatsoever. My win rate is only 80% and I make extremely good profits, because as you can see, if you are, let's say, aiming for 1 to 2, you can have, let's say, 40% win rate and you're gonna still be profitable. So out of 10 trades, you can lose 6 of them and win 4, and you're gonna still be in slight profits. Or if you have 50% win rate, which is very easy to achieve with this strategy, you're gonna be in profits. And maybe if you are only aiming 1-to-1 over here, you just need 60% win rate. So every single day you just need to hit 1-to-1, and if you win 6 out of 10 trades, you're gonna be profitable. That is very simple. So you can also screenshot this, because you don't need to win every single trade, you don't need to be always right, but most of the times if you are following the system and rules, you're gonna make profits. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you liked it. You have many more videos on my channel breaking down this exact strategy, so if you want, you can check that out and subscribe to never miss another video. Peace.